Hey there, would you like to learn exactly how to maximize Facebook groups to build a highly targeted audience for your business? So my name is Jelena Ostrovska from JelenaOstrovska.com, and I show young entrepreneurs how to grow a profitable online business while creating a limitless lifestyle and having more fun. So Facebook groups have been actually a huge part of my business. This is exactly how I've built my audience over the years, and this video will really benefit you, especially if you are a network marketer. But honestly, even if you are a virtual assistant, if you are an online entrepreneur, if you're a course creator, if you are a copywriter, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish online, there's always going to be a Facebook group or multiple Facebook groups where you can go and network, or you can even create your own Facebook group. So as you know, Facebook gives us so many different options to build our businesses these days, and Facebook group is a huge opportunity for all of us pretty much. So, and here's the thing, so there are two options for you to grow an audience using Facebook groups, and I'll share both of those in this video. Number one, you can either create your own Facebook group, or number two, you can use other people's Facebook groups to network and to build your audience and to bring people into your world, which could be potentially your Facebook profile, because if you're somebody who is just using your Facebook fan page to grow your business, groups may or may not be a good fit for you. So let me cover something here before I even dig into both of these strategies. Number one, you really need to know who your audience is and who is it that you're trying to attract. And let me give you a specific example. If you are, for example, a network marketer, okay, so and you are in a health and wellness company, and you are trying to build your customer base, right? So you're trying to sell people a weight loss shake, for example, or something that is related to health, and then you go into a Facebook group which consists of network marketers and entrepreneurs. Do you really think that people would get value from your content on your personal profile when you talk about health and fitness? Probably not. So that's why I'm saying that you really need to know who your audience is. So if you are currently creating content on your personal profile around health and wellness, you better be hanging out in Facebook groups around health and wellness. And then if you want to get some training, if you want to share some tips here and there, then by all means go into network marketing related groups where you can mastermind and brainstorm with other leaders, see what they're doing when it comes to growing their business, get into some training groups and stuff like that. But don't try to build a non-congruent audience, because it's kind of like the same thing as selling a steak to a vegetarian. You just won't be able to do that. You know what I mean? So your content must match the audience that you're trying to attract. Alright, so that's number one. So you really need to know who your audience is, and then you can start doing some research on how to better attract that audience, which means either you can start your own Facebook group, or you can go and research different other Facebook groups that are going to have your audience. Alright, so it could be like a fitness group, could be a health and wellness group, maybe a local group, maybe some kind of gym group, whatever the case may be. So your audience most likely way better than I do. So I'm just throwing out some ideas for you. So then, like I said, there are two ways. You can either create your own Facebook group, or you can use other people's Facebook groups. Number one, I will say, if you are currently building up your Facebook profile, if you are networking with people maybe already in other Facebook groups, I wouldn't really suggest starting your own Facebook group unless you really have a really specific purpose for it. Okay, so, and if you are a network marketer, honestly, I don't really feel like you need to have your own Facebook group unless it is a group for prospects, unless it is a group where you can add people and show them your products or show them your opportunity. This is kind of what, the way that I'm currently using, groups for my network marketing business, alright? But I don't really think that you must have a Facebook group. I just don't really believe that it is a necessity. It is a good option. It is a good strategy. But if you really have an idea, if you have something that you have in mind that would really bring people together, and would build a community around a specific topic, by all means go for it. Like, you know, I say, you know, go for it, especially if you have the time, especially if you have a clear purpose and a vision for your Facebook group, because there's so many Facebook groups these days. And I'll be totally honest, I have a group of my own, but I kind of let it slide over the last few weeks, you know, as of the recording of this video, just because I've been so focused on my personal profile, I've been so focused on building my network marketing business and helping my team, so it just wasn't really in my time limit, should I say. But if you are, maybe you're not a network marketer and you're just an entrepreneur who wants to build a community, Facebook groups is such a good way to do that. But you must be strategic. I always say, whatever you do in your business, it always has to be with a plan, it always has to be with a clear purpose and a clear vision of why you're doing certain things. Alright, so when it comes to creating your own Facebook group, there are a few options. You can either charge for that Facebook group, you know, charge a low fee, and maybe you're going to create trainings, maybe you're going to, you know, deliver some sort of like specific value, and you feel like it has to be, you know, paid for. So that totally works. There's a lot of paid groups on Facebook. I'm a part of a bunch of them. And number two, you can create a free group, which is going to be a community, okay, which is going, you know, a group where people can invite each other, and then it can kind of grow on its own at some point. It's not going to grow on its own in the beginning. You will have to put in some work and effort to promote the group, but at some point it will go kind of viral, which is the reason why I personally like Facebook groups, because I don't have to be the only one who's going to promote it, especially if it's valuable enough that people do want to invite their people there, okay? So if the value has to be there, okay? So number one, you need to brainstorm what kind of content are you going to be creating, and are you going to be the only person who is creating content? Because honestly, my personal opinion, I feel like if it's a free Facebook community, it doesn't have to be your group. It has to be, you know, everybody else's group. So, right? So like you, obviously you are the admin of the group, maybe you have a few moderators, but it has to be a group where everybody can contribute something. Like it has to be a safe zone. No spam, no pitching, no nothing, no selling, no recruiting. It has to be just a free, valuable group. And then, you know, everybody's going to benefit from it, like including you, including your audience, you know, everybody wins. You have to know your, like, what your content is going to be. Are you going to be doing interviews? Are you going to be, you know, doing like themed posts, maybe like Motivation Monday or something like that? So like figure out like a clear purpose and a clear plan of your content in the group. Are you going to be going live there every week? Are you going to be, you know, doing monthly interviews or something like that? So, you know, you have to do something, because all the content that you do, it is even going to contribute to a little bit of a promotion. So let's say if you invite somebody to speak inside the group, you know, like for an interview, for example, obviously maybe they are going to bring their audience into the group. You see what I'm saying? So again, your group has to be specific. It has to have a clear vision and a clear purpose, and then like it has to have like a promotional strategy plan in place, right? So when I first started out my group, you know, I knew that I could create like a Facebook ad, I could email my list, like my existing list, right? So I could put up a post on my Facebook personal profile. So again, you constantly have to be promoting your Facebook group. It can be in your email signature, it can be in your Facebook Lives, it can be as a Facebook ad, it can be for your existing email list, it can be maybe even on Instagram, although I don't think that I would personally do that, just because moving people from Instagram to Facebook, it kind of would be a pain in the butt. But then something that I've personally done for my Facebook group, and I don't think it's like the perfect strategy, but it kind of works for me. I use my Facebook group for list building opportunities as well. So I first have people register for the group, and then they go and join the Facebook group. Again, I might be losing some people, you know, from joining the group, but at least they are on my email list, at least they are willing to receive some updates from me, so that works for me as well. You know, if you're curious to see how kind of my process works like, you can go to theunlimitedentrepreneur.com. I'll put the link below this video so you can check it out. So that will take you to a capture page, and then you'll see like my Facebook group from the inside. Alright, so maybe you're going to do it backwards. Maybe you're going to get people into the Facebook group first, and then you're going to promote your offers and your lead magnets within the group. Alright, so that's kind of it in a nutshell, that's kind of what you can do with your Facebook group. You know, again, keep it more valuable, you know, 80% value, 20 or even maybe like 10% of the promotion. Now the fun part. Now, like, obviously you can build your audience like this. You can bring people to your fan page from groups. You can bring people to your profile from groups. If it's somebody else's Facebook group, you can only interact from your personal profile. You can't really do anything from your fan page, so keep that in mind. But then you can link your fan page to your own group. I actually have unlinked my fan page from my group just because I've noticed that the engagement dropped, and once I unlinked it, that's kind of something that a good friend of mine shared with me as well. You know, she said that, you know, unlink it and then, you know, see how engagement is going to basically increase. So try that out, see how that works. But, you know, keep in mind that Facebook always changes, so we always have to adapt to updates and changes by Facebook, right? So, and here's the fun part. So somebody else's Facebook groups, how do you use them without being a weirdo? So here's the thing. I've built my audience personally with Facebook fan pages and with Facebook groups. So I used to go a lot into Facebook pages. I still do it every now and then. I don't do it as often, but I still go and I network there. I leave comments, I reply to other people's comments. So it's just the general networking, right? So just kind of the same thing that you would do at a live event, or it's at a meetup or something like that. But I do this at, you know, on Facebook pages. And then I do the exact same thing in Facebook groups, which honestly, if you are a network marketer or if you are any kind of business owner, I love me some Facebook groups like from other people, because there's already an audience, you know, there's already people probably just like me who I'm trying to attract. Again, you have to do some research for those groups because there's like hundreds of thousands groups on Facebook. So you do have to do your own due diligence to figure out where is your perfect prospect hanging out at. For me, it is entrepreneurs, it is network marketers, it is people who are interested in, you know, like adding some income streams and stuff like that. I also personally go into like some hobbies groups. So like if I am trying to attract somebody into my network marketing business, here's kind of my thought process. So I'm 23 years old, right? So I'm young. I love traveling. I love, you know, makeup. So I have like certain hobbies. So I do go and do some research on like how can I attract people who are similar to me, but may not be in network marketing yet. So I generally go, like I found some travel groups where I can go and network with people. I found some makeup groups where I can, you know, kind of connect with other women, see what they're doing. Then I go into, those are kind of actually have been my primary two Facebook, like two types of Facebook groups for like hobbies. So I go, I network with people who travel, I network with people who love makeup, and then we kind of build the relationships from there and then see where it kind of takes us, right? Another type of group that I do like going to is, you know, existing entrepreneurship groups. So there's a lot of them on Facebook. There's millennial entrepreneur communities. There are, you know, if you're a millennial just like me, there are, you know, baby boomers Facebook groups. So there's a lot of different groups. So you do need to know your market. You do need to know who you are trying to attract into your business or into your audience. And then just a word of advice, do not pitch anything, do not promote anything in the groups. Like make sure you always check the group's rules. That is like crazy important, so make sure you do that. Then don't spam, don't be weird, don't mass add people to your friends list. Just don't do that kind of stuff, okay? So then just network. Always be active in the groups, you know, make sure that if you're there, like read through the posts, and there's so many groups that are super active. So what I typically do is I scroll through the group, I see who's asking questions, how I can help people. Like if I know the answer to somebody else's question, I'm always going to do that. Like I'm always going to reply to them. So just network. And then if you're adding somebody as a friend, if you find somebody who you really resonate with, I mean, add them as a friend and send them a message. Like, because I've gotten so many friend requests from Facebook groups and I don't always know that it is from Facebook groups or which Facebook group that is, or I tend to forget or whatever. Like always send a message, because that will build the relationship much faster. And that's just like general networking. So treat Facebook groups as kind of mini events where you can go and hang out with people on a consistent basis. So, and also create content in Facebook groups. Honestly, if you want to stand out, if you want to build your credibility and authority on Facebook, you do need to step it up a little bit and maybe commit to posting in Facebook groups once a week. You know, it can either be your own status update that you've already done on Facebook, it can be something new. Make sure that that status update or that post is congruent with the group kind of style and vibe. So for me, if I go into a travel group, I'm not going to post about social media. I'm going to ask about, you know, suggestions on what to do in a particular city. If it's a makeup group, I'm going to post my makeup. If it's a business group, I'm going to post some business tips, right? So I'm going to even ask a question, ask for some help if I really need something specific. All right, so always stay congruent. Don't abuse the rules. And you know, then like your goal is to network and add people and message them and connect with them and build the relationships, because you can't really sell people straight up, you can't really sell something in the group straight up, but you can build the connection relationship first and then move it forward. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it kind of got your creative juices flowing for how to use Facebook groups to build a highly targeted audience using your Facebook profile. You can pretty much do the same thing on any other platform like LinkedIn. There is a lot of communities, but Facebook has kind of been my bread and butter, so hopefully, you know, maybe it is yours as well. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like it, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos just like this. I post them every single week. And if you want more training, if you want more free tips and strategies, go to my blog, JelenaOstrovska.com, and grab your freebie at the very top of the website. And if you want to stay connected, go over to my Facebook group, theunlimitedentrepreneur.com, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.